Project 8.
Shane Kinser here, aka Project 8. I hope you're keeping well. I said I'd upload a video of myself building a water-cooled PC. I recently switched over from a Mac Pro to a PC. And I said I'd document the whole thing of me making the computer from scratch and then creating the water cooling parts and elements and such. The case that I went with was the Thermaltake P8. The P8 is short for Project 8. I'm only messing, I don't know what it stands for. But hopefully it can help other people if they want to get into doing something like this, because at the start I hadn't a clue how to do this myself. Eventually was able to build something that went from this to this. So what I'll do is I'll show you each step that I went through of making this water-cooled PC. And we'll take it from there and see what you think. So I finally finished putting all the components into the actual computer, all the Thermaltake fans, as you can see. I think it was a total of 17 fans. But when I test bench it as well, from the image that you can see now, was the Thermaltake software. I just didn't really like it, and it was very glitchy, and some of the fans would just turn on and off, and I just didn't really like it. It was a bit of a nightmare to take it all apart again, and decided to end up going with Corsair, which was more expensive brand, but it worked out very well in the end because they have the iCue software. And what I wanted to do was control everything all in one software. Same with the Thermaltake, but the iCue was a lot better, and it was an absolutely great decision to change over to the iCue software. Sorry. So it worked out pretty well in the end. Have a look and see what you think. So after installing all the tubing and all the fittings and everything like that, which was very time consuming, was the leak testing, and it was very important that you do that. Probably one of the most important steps, because you know, if I was to install the liquid into these tubes and there was a leak, it would destroy your equipment, you know. So it's very important to leak test. And I've done that for a couple of days, you know, trial and error, because I found a lot of leaks within the actual system. It took me a long time to get it actually right. Even looking up videos and all that of how you actually get it properly done, you know. Found it very, very frustrating at that part, because myself, I just couldn't get it right. I probably wasn't putting the fittings on correctly, or I was putting them on too hard or too light. But it's just trial and error as well. And then another thing, sorry, I never mentioned before, that the most difficult part was the bending of the tubes, you know what I mean? I had so many different layouts of the actual computer, of the actual water loop system, but because, you know, it's trial and error with bending the pipes, if you don't get it absolutely perfect, you can just mess up the whole system, you know? So I went with this one in the end, but have a look and see what you think. So here we go, here's the real test to see if the computer turns on. Let's hope everything is okay. Holy shit. So it worked out very well in the end. I went with the EK Cryo Fluid, the orange. I think it's really nice with the system there and the orange and black cables and the kind of like the purple fittings. What I'll end up doing is I'll change that liquid now within 6 months. I think I'm going for like a neon green. No leaks, thankfully. Touch wood. If you have any questions or anything on how to do or what kind of system that I use, leave any feedback in the comments, you know what I mean, and I'll hopefully get back to you, you know, because even myself I found it very difficult. I didn't know many people that was doing it, you know. I had to just come do it myself. Reddit was actually very, very helpful, you know, a lot of liquid cooling forums there, and it was just kind of trial and error chatting with people, but it worked out in the end. So yeah, happy days. So a couple of months on, here is the PC here, still no leaks, thank God. You can see up here there's a filter there to filter out any these little small bits that were left over in the radiator. Temperatures are pretty good. You can see there they're about 22.4, that's the liquid, and then the CPU, I think it's around 46. But yeah, pretty good. Temperatures are pretty cool. The fans aren't running at full speed. I changed the pump there to, it's running at around 70%, and the GPU doesn't really be used that much, so the fans don't even turn on. They only turn on if it gets under a heavy load, which is very rare. So yeah, other than that, it looks pretty good. But yeah, what I plan on doing then down the line is changing the liquid to green, and then I might get rid of that reservoir and put in a distro plate, or put in 2 reservoirs, and then I want to get a new GPU and put a water block on that as well, you know, to kind of finish up the whole setup. Yeah, hope you enjoy.